Hi, guys. How are you doing? Thank you so much for making the time to join me live tonight. It's my first time doing a live on YouTube, so took a little figuring out, and I felt like I did more planning that was necessary, more planning than was necessary, in order to be prepared to come on with you. So I am Christelle Tomlinson. If this is popping up and you don't know how it's popping up, I doubt that. But it doesn't hurt to introduce myself. So I'm Christelle Tomlinson. I'm a Jamaican and I have interests, businesses, and experience across the fields of politics, media, and communications. I'm an author, I'm a mother, and I am a success and self management coach. So many of you may be on my page or inside my YouTube community specifically for the self management tips that I share from time to time through the Success Seed section of my YouTube page. This is a fairly new element. So if you just book us up on the internet, I'm very, very grateful that you found us, subscribed, and you're sticking with us as part of our community. I'm Jamaican, as I said earlier, and I am always just so excited about life and the opportunities that come even in difficult situations and circumstances. So if you follow me online, and if you don't, please do, on Instagram at Christelle Tomlinson, on Facebook at Christelle Tomlinson, and on Twitter at Chris, K-R-Y-S, Tomlinson. So if you follow me on any of those platforms, you know how excited I am about seeing the best, finding the opportunity, holding my spiritual ground, curating my circle, stimulating my internal energy for myself before I step into the world, and sharing a lot of that goodness and good vibration and love to other people or with other people. So it's a pleasure for me to be able to take that in every digital space, that joy and zest for life. But especially for YouTube, I want to spend more time sharing the strategies and the tips. So you'll find a lot of training and mini training videos on my YouTube page. So if you are an HR professional, if you are employed, if you own your own business, if you are an employer of whether it's contractors or full-time employees, and you're concerned about how to keep your staff focused, energized, how you can show up with the highest quality of leadership to serve them, how you can be innovative, how you can create a community at work, but a community that really thrives off of productivity, hard work, stretch goals, accomplishing those goals, and supporting each other to achieve those very discreet and unique goals that everybody else might have. Follow the page, subscribe, set the notifications, because we're going to be serving up a big platter of those tips and training videos through our YouTube page. So, big announcement for me, and I thought to do it here for one specific reason. While I have a much larger community on Instagram and we're building on YouTube, if you search for anything related to me, any announcement, any video that I've done, it's going to first try and find it in YouTube, because YouTube is a search engine. Instagram is not. And so there are things that I have shared on IG that people can't find, because after about 10 days, there's so much other content on my page that you don't even know that there's something there that you could look for. You certainly can't search the topic of the video in the search bar for Instagram. So YouTube will give me an opportunity to make my content reachable to you. So when you want to go and find something around Good Gas Mondays, around how to motivate your staff, how to manage your time better, you literally can just type that into YouTube and it pops up the video for you easily. So that's why I decided to do this here, because I want to bring more people into this space where the content can be found, where it can be searched, where it can be quickly accessed and easily shared. And this is something I wanted to share with a lot of people. So let us get into it, right? Let us get into it. So it's a series of things that have happened for me and through me, right? To me, but it uses me as a conduit to make some things come through. So it's happened in terms of a blessing, and some things have happened through me. What was meant to break is actually building. So I want to start first of all with what feels like the honor of the decade, if we can call it that. I have been selected. Ugh, oui. I have been selected by Success Magazine as one of the 125 thought leaders around the world that people should know for 2022. It's their Success Magazine um, success list. And they usually do a Success 25. And for 2022, commemorating their 125th year, they have decided to do 125. So recognizing people from across the world, millions of thought leaders who are serving, who are building community, who are nourishing other people, millions of thought leaders to choose from. And there were quite a number of recommendations on the Success 125 site. And when I applied, I have to tell you, there was that little small of energy inside my spirit when I was about to apply that was telling me, I mean, the world is so big and there's so many people. And look at who is already on the list, right? Because they had already selected their top 25, which is like your Tony Robbins, your Will Smith, Lovia Jai Jones. If you don't know her, buy her book, The Professional Troublemaker. I mean, just amazing people who have huge brands and are serving communities of hundreds of thousands of people across the world. And you just knew, and you're there, we're on one part in the Caribbean, doing what you're doing, and that little small of energy that says to you, this is the big people game. This is what the big people are doing. This is not what you're gonna do. Or where you're going to be recognized. And I almost did not submit my work to be considered. I almost did not do it. I did it. And then when I did it, I remember, talking myself down again, right? And if they don't pick you, it's fine because, because you're not even anticipating that you're going to shortlist into the pool where you'll get to vote, because they had to review the applications and review what people had submitted, and I'm sure do some fact checking as well to make sure that this is a real person who's doing real things. And so I submitted, waiting on them to review and decide whether or not they're going to publish me on the page as somebody who is nominated. Get the email saying I'm nominated. I'm like, okay, it's done, because if nothing else happens, I was nominated by Success Magazine. They looked at my stuff and they were like, yes. So the validation there was really important. And here's why. A lot of what I have been doing around self-management, personal development, motivational speaking, as many people call the keynote sessions that I'll give, a lot of that really came from professional prompting through the Success Magazine team. So I had subscribed to their magazine. I was getting the virtual magazine. I was listening to their podcast. And I've shared this story before. My mentee at the time, this was 2017, my mentee at the time said, I love going to conferences. And every year I look at a conference somewhere in the world and I go to just motivate myself and inspire myself. So let's look out for one that we can go to together now. And I was like, take up money, pack up something them, left the country, for go sit down at one conference and listen to people talk. Like, that's the only thing that's going to happen. It's not like a road trip where we're going to climb some mountains and overnight and backpack. And I had never done it before, so it felt like too much. And she convinced me, right? And she said, in fact, Krista, what you can do is you can choose the one that you want to go to. Look and see if you see anyone and make some recommendations. And I will look for something and make some recommendations. So I was already subscribed to Success Magazine that summer. It was really September. So heading into fall, they put out that they had this conference. Emails came in. Of course, I listened to the podcast. They're promoting it to the podcast. I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be thinking about conferences and making recommendations. And so I recommended it. And we started making our plans, I think from June or July, purchase a ticket then, look for the Airbnb. In fact, I had to open my own Airbnb account at this time for the first time. And we went to the conference. And when I went, I was face to face with, you name them, they were there. But the one that made a huge impact for me Les Brown, his speech, talking about where he started and the kind of energy, commitment, vibe, self-belief, confidence, hunger. If you know Les Brown, your name also will be hungry. That led him to being able to achieve what he was able to achieve. And I listened to him and I was like, okay, love this, especially because it's a black man. It matters, representation matters. So him look like me and him do the things them in a big, big America, come from nothing and become something, a voice that is leading and guiding people from across the world. I love that let you make me feel like things possible. And so, you're soaking up the lessons and you're learning yourself to be fed and led by this good energy. And then this was now one of the hosts. So, you have different segments. So a host comes up for a particular segment, and as they're transitioning, the host says, great speech from this person. Hope you loved it. Hope you're taking your notes. Let me see your notebooks. Da, 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 da. And then they end with this. If after 6 months, you are at the exact same place that you were when you came here, professionally, financially, emotionally, personally, you would have wasted your money and wasted your time. So please make sure that 6 months from now, you apply what you have learned, what you have heard, put it to good use, and make sure you move from where you are to a better, higher level. And when they said that, my mentee will look at it and we're like, we now waste the money, and we now waste the time, and we now waste the energy. We're not going to sit in this room and just be like, oh, it's awesome. And then go back to Jamaica and pretend like we did not just get fed and turned on and tuned in to a higher vibration. We never waited to come back to Jamaica. We went back to the Airbnb and we sit down and we list out all the things that we're going to do. But it was in that moment that I decided that I was going to step into the more of my life. I was going to knock down and push aside anything that was self-limiting in terms of a belief, anything that felt awkward, anything that felt strange and new that would put me up for more criticism. I was not going to avoid it anymore. I was going to step into it if it felt aligned to my purpose. And it was there that my first book that I ever wrote, Kill Fear, was conceptualized. And so I became an author because I was in that audience. I became a writer because I was revved up after hearing them speak. I decided to be, in a very deliberate way, a thought leader because I watched how other people's thoughts led me into greatness, led me out of self-limiting beliefs about what was possible because of where I was from and what opportunities I currently have before me. I was allowing that to limit the scope, the scale, the capacity. But it was because I was in that audience that I could learn and that I could tap into my own abundance, opportunity, and possibilities. So when I get recognized, nominated for the Success Magazine 125 list, I know what the Success Magazine community is. I know who Success Magazine serves. I know how impactful the work is, especially for entrepreneurs, especially for people who are in the knowledge economy, right? You're not depending on a machine to give you your paycheck each month. You're not pouring water in a bottle and tightening the cap to put it on a shelf. You actually have to know, build skill, and then develop something. So the economy that we're in is not so much of the industrialized, mechanized way that people were able to earn on the conveyor belt kind of thing. It's skill and talent. And that means believing in yourself. That means looking for your opportunities and seizing those moments. It means going beyond the nose. If you hear it a million times, still wanting to get up and move and do it. And Success Magazine is motivating entrepreneurs, business owners, business leaders, titans of industry to get up and do the hard work every day. So for them to recognize what I am doing as something that feeds into their vision and their mission, when my sister me nominated, I say, yeah, I don't know, finish. I don't need nothing more in life, right? So I didn't even realize that was part of the limitation I was putting on myself, that I would only be nominated. Oh, thank you so much, Keisha, Natalie, Nicola, Cascam, Francina, Patrice, Sophie. Thank you all so very much. Black Beauty, thank you. Keisha, thank you so much. So I was still limiting myself, when I was nominated. I say, all right. Them say you have to get votes, right? So this is also part of theirs, kind of building their capacity and making sure that my audience knows that they exist. I'm like, not a problem with that. If I vote, I say I vote, I do it. So I share with the community, y'all be voting. I remember one particular person who voted religiously, like every single day, and she would message me to tell me that I voted X number of times today, and I didn't forget, this week, this is how much time I voted, I opened my list, and they closed voting. You can't tell how much votes you rack up, so it's not even like you can wake up today and say, oh, I only get 100 today, I need to get 200 tomorrow because the leaderboard is saying that I'm behind by 200 to make it to 125. You don't know where you are with the votes. And voting closed, and I was like, okay. So they said I'm going to announce by a particular time, by February 15, I think they said they would announce. But not even more the date in my head, because all I said to myself is, might not happen. I have to tell you the truth, right? I have to tell you the truth. Thank you, Yashika. So I follow Success Magazine as well, so I see them make 3 posts the day. Can't remember what day it was. I think it was maybe February 15 or 16. I see them make a post, and they were recognizing the top 25 first. So these are, people who you knew from before were in the top 25, because that list was finalized from last year. And I'm like, wow, okay. And then you see the thing on their bio that says the 125 list is ready. I was like, okay, let me see if they're going to publish on the page, because I figured that's how they're going to announce it, right? So I see them put up the five posts 3 times. So 5 times. Sorry. No, it's like telling on them, I think they did 5 posts and put 5 photos each for the top 25. If not, they did like a 10-10-5. But in my head, I'm only seeing 3 tiles with the announcements. Anyways, so they do it for the first 25. Minister them sharing on the other 100, right? So I noticed that they said the 125 list is ready. So I go on the list. I try to find it, and I don't find it. Right? So I'm like, where is the list? Because the last link I have is the one where everybody was. So that page is dead because the voting is done. And I said, whoa, okay, so they haven't put the link in the bio, the new link. The link I have, that is no longer active because voting has closed. I'm ministering an email. So I guess I'm gonna make it, right? I'm gonna go sleep, wake up to an email. I should probably show you guys the email. It was such a fun email, right? That I had been selected. I made it to the list of 125 thought leaders globally recognized by Success Magazine. Listen, it took me a long time to process that properly, to hold that in my spirit, to receive that as something that I deserve and not something that I got because of any other thing except the work I had put in and people recognizing and validating that work through my selection. There is a temptation when you win and get something like where you never expect to get, to convince yourself, imposter syndrome, that something other than your talent and your skill brought you into that room, earned you a seat at the table, qualified you for the championship ring, the trophy, and the medal. You are not too alert and aware for imposter syndrome to catch you. It is something I study. It is something I train and coach people on how to avoid and how to come out of. I know what it looks like. I also know what it feels like. But that did not stop me from experiencing imposter syndrome when I was going for something that I felt was beyond my grasp. Now, I like to set goals that are beyond my grasp because it gives me something to stretch towards. It's the essence of a stretch goal. So it's not unattainable, but I can't just go and get it, right? It's beyond my grasp. So I have to go do a little more, right? Stretch in order to get it. So I set goals that will cause me to stretch, the arm, and just stretch it. Now, even in doing that, like knowing that that is how I work best, that is how I seek out opportunity and challenge and look for things that are not easy to access, but are not impossible. So they require me to do some more work. Even though I know that that's how I work, I still felt timidity. I still felt fear. I should also tell you guys, so they send you an email, again, you're part of the community, they send you the email that nominations are open. I had this email looking at for about a month. The day when it was closing, I set a reminder to apply. It's marked in my head, marked in my calendar, written in my planner. I'ma still forget. You know I'ma forget? Because a part of me did not think that what I was doing was worth recognizing. So I forgot. When I remembered, it was past midnight. So let's say the nomination period closes December 31 at 11:59 p.m. I remembered on January 1, 1:15 a.m. And I sat in the bed because I was doing something else, laptop in front of me. I was doing something else. I think I was dealing with orders for the planner. So I was busy, but I was not too busy to remember that was important. I just chose to forget because a part of me did not think that this is a space that I could occupy. When I finished dealing with the planner things now, it dawned on me because I had also left the tab open on my email. So, you're clearing up the different tabs that you have open. And I think it's see, I see the email with the reminder, and I was like, oh, the deadline passed. I can't apply again. So you see, when I felt the relief, so I said that and I didn't feel, oh my God, I really wish I did. I didn't feel that way. I felt, no, you're not to reply, you're not to apply because you forget. That's when I realized, remember, I know imposter syndrome. It was happening to me and I didn't even recognize that it was happening to me, right? Because I convinced myself I was too busy to prepare my submission and I wanted submission to have these things and I have to stop to do this and I'm working on the planner and I'm da-da-da-da-da, so I really can't stop until I'm not prepared to apply. And the minute I realized I had missed the deadline, I did not feel anger. I didn't feel disappointment in myself. I didn't feel, hopeful that maybe if I just slip it in right now, maybe the portal is still open. I felt relief. Knowing that I could no longer apply, I felt, whew. And that is when I realized that it was imposter syndrome that was preventing me from applying. And the minute I felt my body go, oh, thank God, like almost rejoicing that I missed the deadline, I said, no. We're not living that life here. We're not living this life. That was fear. That was not I forgot. That was I was afraid. That was I didn't think I was worthy. That was I didn't think I was competent. That was I didn't think I was deserving. And I open up the thing, click the link, I realize that the page not closed. I'm going to say, well, I have run competitions before and I know that there is a window of opportunity even after the deadline, right? I'll put in the application. When I put in the application, I say, maybe I get an email and say, oh, came in beyond the deadline. And that's when I started to feel a relationship with this application. So after I had put together my thing and hit submit now, but put together my work and I said, girl, you do the things, You're doing the things. You are doing the something there. And after I hit send now, that is when I said, no, this is a space that I am competent and qualified to occupy. So I wait on the email. Now I feel nervous because I'm like, what if it is actually too late? I would actually be sad. I would actually be angry. I would actually be disappointed. Email comes in, nomination has been received. I think 2 or 3 days after that, nomination has been reviewed and accepted. You are now officially on the list as a nominated person or nominee for the Success 125 list. Going on with the voting closed, and then they give you another email that says you are being considered for the short, so you're on the short list. So you're not in the 125, but you're in the short list. So maybe 200, 250, I don't know what the amount was. Where's your tablet?
I don't know.
Could you please go for it? I need to see it. I need to see what's on your tablet. May I see, please?
All right.
Thank you very much. Walk and hold on when you're going up the stairs, please. Good work. She's about to make her little grand entrance, right? So yeah, they send you an email that you are on the short list. But apparently I'm sure somebody saw that they were on the short list and then published that they had made the list. So then I got another email from them saying, listen, you're on the short list. It does not mean you're supposed to share with anybody that you're on the short list. We have not yet finalized the list of 125. Please wait until you get notification that you're on the 125. You're only on the short list. I'm going to say, a good thing me never jump the gun and say, and share it. So I became cautious. And then eventually got that final email that I was in fact selected for that list of 125, Success 125 list. And I have to tell you, I am grateful for every single person who voted. They don't tell you how many votes you got. So I am assuming the best that maybe get enough vote from my community and from people who believe in me. And for that, I am grateful. Thank you. I am on the list. Oh, thank you very much, Zia. You're watching Robot Trains? Okay. There you go.
Bye.
So you want to come and watch Robot Trains right here? You want to lie down on the pillow right there? Okay. Want to relax? Okay. So thank you all for voting. Every single one of you. If it was one vote, it was 100, it was 1,000. I love you for it. Thank you for taking the time to lend your support to me in this way. And really standing in gratitude right now. Of course, they're going to do a feature in the magazine. I will share tomorrow an official announcement on my IG page with the, what do I call it? The badge, the Success 125 badge. So I'll be sharing that on my platform. But I just wanted to stop and say thank you before making that post and to let anybody who is in my community know how grateful I am for every ounce of support, every ounce of love, and for really feeling reaffirmed and supported in this digital space. These streets can be very wild and unpredictable, and I feel like I have a pretty solid virtual family for which I remain grateful. So that's the first thing, right? The first thing is that girl boss, internationally, globally now, right? And I'm going to do my best to continue representing well the Jamaican spirit, that sense of fearlessness, that need to accomplish whatever we set out to accomplish, finish what we start, show the world what we are made of, little but with talawa. I will bring that energy consistently, as best as I can in every space. And this feature will be no different. So don't know what that is going to look like, but I will be in Success Magazine. No, the greater part of this is it makes me the first Jamaican to make their success list. The first Jamaican to make their success list. That's massive. That's massive. That's massive. I mean, that's massive. Like, and again, to put in context the fact that I thought this an unlikely thing. I am so grateful. So I got this confirmation maybe February 17, 16. I tell you, I can't remember the date. And I've really been holding on to this, like recognizing what it is and what it means and allowing myself to enjoy that. You know, we talk about the fruits of your labor. A lot of us are laboring in the field and we don't pause to savor what we labor to produce. We don't pause to taste the fruit of our work. And we're definitely not stopping to recognize and revere the effort that we would have had to put in to get to where we are. There are a lot of things that you are probably successful at enjoying now, fruits you are reaping, and you've probably convinced yourself that it is self-serving and it is boastful to stop and recognize the good work you've done and the result where it get you. I'm giving you permission to relish the small wins and the big wins. You're working for those wins, and every single one of them count. Relish them, celebrate them, share them with the world if you want to, but never fail to give yourself credit for what you have done because you do it. That's your energy, your creativity, your blood, your sweat, your tears in many instances. Celebrate it. So that's the first thing, right? We made the list, and we're the first Jamaican to ever make the list. I'm still trying. Look here, when we tell you, say, still a process it, still a process it. So we're gonna make some noise around that in the house on social media and just continue to share the gratitude around this. Like, wow, I'm just like, wow. Yeah. Anyways, that's the first thing. The second thing I want to share with you again comes out of the support. So when I talk about something happening to me, that's what I was talking about. The other thing I wanted to share was what was happening through me. 2 weeks ago, you may have seen, especially if you're in Jamaica and in Jamaican communities, You may have seen a news story around a gentleman who thought it was important in responding to a comment I had made around stewardship of a public body to speak about my reproductive choices. I replied, and the response went viral. Excuse me. The response went viral. This was the response. My vagina and reproductive choices are not your business. The response really took the place by storm. And I gather the use of the word vagina made some people, especially women, uncomfortable. I don't know why a body part is offensive. We can't say nose, right? What's wrong with vagina? It's not an actual part of the body. That does real critical life creating work. Okay? Let's own back that word. Let's just own that as something that's not sexualized, not dirty, not nasty. Just a fact. Like fingertips, yeah, like fingernail, yeah, vagina. So I have to wonder, like, if you're hearing the word offensive, what you call it when you're talking, when you go to the doctor, what you say? I fail to believe that we have people in this world, adults, saying my something instead of using the word my vagina, you know? But yeah, so we create a t-shirt line. As you know, tomorrow is International Women's Day, and I'm launching the t-shirt. My vagina and reproductive choices are not your business. For women who are bold enough to wear the statement, for women who know that your body is your territory and nobody's going to cause you to explain what you are doing with your body. Your body. If you want to put some tats on it, you put some tats on it. If you want to wear this particular short, you wear this particular short. Anything you want to do with your body is your body, but particularly your vagina and your reproductive choices, they are all your business. It's not the world's business. Do not feel the need to explain what you do with your body to anybody. As long as you are not breaking a law, as long as you are not doing something that goes against a clearly outlined law in your country, you don't owe nobody in the nation. It's your business. And anybody who thinks that they must call you to account and offer up their own judgment and slice of the opinion pie, just remind them it's not your business. So you can ask any question you want. You can say anything you want to say. But don't feel away if you don't answer them, or if we run you out of space, because ultimately it is not your business. So we have the t-shirt line up and ready. I'm gonna drop in here the actual link for it. As I said, it's my first time doing this live, right? On YouTube. So I don't even know if I can share my screen. It don't look so. No, I'm not seeing any option to share screen. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy the link here. Not only are we launching, and you're the first to hear it, right? Because I don't share it with nobody yet. So not only are we launching this line, we've launched our success store. So the Success Farm Life Academy, which is my company, now has a shop. So you can purchase success merch, success gear, purpose merch to help you trigger in your environment appropriate reminders around the energy that you want to bring into the year. Hi, Sophie. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sophie. Natalie, here ready to get a shirt. Come on, girl. Come on. So we have a host of items there. I really thought I would be able to share to screen. How is YouTube doing this to me? And how they make Instagram have opportunity for share things on screen and them not have knowledge? I don't understand. Oh, somebody says pin the link. Hold on, let me do that. Pinned. It is pinned. I'm still looking to see if there's a way to share something on screen because I really wanted to show you guys some of the outfits. Ah, boy. Okay, but as I said, we will be sharing more of it on my social media pages. But if you're on the page now, the first thing that you're likely to see is our journal set. It's affirmations that are on the cover of notebooks that you can use as journals as well. The good in me brings good to me, one of my favorite affirmations. And my two second and third favorites, of course, I am grateful for the abundance I have and the abundance on its way. I trust myself to make good decisions is the third one. We also have jewelry. So we have some engraved necklaces with or three mantras for the year: presence, passion, and purpose. Presence, passion, purpose you'll find on quite a few items, from t-shirts for men and women, um, racer tank tops, and notebooks as well. Water bottle or stainless steel water bottle also has presence, passion, purpose engraved on it. And we have our life on purpose set, exercise set. So tights, tank top, headband, and a scrunchie. And we also have a hoodie dress. So our presence, passion, purpose line is wrapped up with like a hat. We have a lovely black hat. I love black. Okay, all right. So we have a lovely black hat, presence, passion, purpose. But going back to our advocacy merch or International Women's Day merch, we also have a nice hoodie dress that has this statement on it. So please go and check it out. I hope you find something that you like. I hope you find something for yourself, your friend, your group of girlfriends, your spouse, because maybe your spouse also wants a reminder around presence, passion, and purpose. And if you're a man watching, maybe your spouse is a woman who wants to wear a t-shirt that says "My vagina and reproductive choices are not your business." Yeah, So you can definitely purchase for the people in your community, in your life that you love and you really want to give some support to through our purpose and success merchandise. It's really meant to keep the energy in your space. And we have launched this store. One, become like stuff will have a message. There are times when I wear stuff online to do my videos and people are like, we get a shirt there, let a shirt there. And I don't remember where I bought it because sometimes it's like a store I'm going to. And other times I bought it on a website and it's no longer available. So I said, my like shirt will have a message. So let me create merch with a message. But my vibe, of course, is around self-awareness, taking responsibility and managing yourself and doing the work required to get to the next level, to get through the healing, to get through the valley, and make sure that you feel committed to yourself in every moment. You can find some compassion for yourself in every moment. You can find some courage in every moment. And you see, I'm keeping with yourself because I know I need it. The fact that I wrote this book, the fact that I'm killing fear on a regular basis, people look at me and they go like, you're such a fear killer. I still need a reminder because life has a way of calling you back into the small spaces, the comfort zones, reminding you of things that you thought were inadequacies and shortcomings and calling you back into that small space, especially through the imposter syndrome. So we have our success store open now.
I can do it.
You can. I just did this. You just have to miss.
Next.
That's right. That's right. She's trying to make sure that she misses. She's like a brush. You want to show them how you do it? You have to be careful now. But I tumble over my laptop and I go. It's not time for funny faces. Robot trains need your attention. Robot train is trying to move a train. Can you put the R back on the fridge, please? Letter R. Put it back on the fridge where it belongs. It doesn't belong on the mat.
It matches.
It matches the mat? It doesn't.
Let me see. It matches.
Let me see. So yes, guys, please check out our website. I should stop clapping, right? Because you're going to be like clapping all night. Good job. You got it. Yes. Yes. Yes.
That.
Got it.
My hair.
Yes, your hair is in too. What would you like to say? I say you just want to show your teeth and your tongue. That's all?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You like to see a face? I love to see a face too. It's very beautiful. That's why I kiss you all the time.
Mm-mm.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, I'm definitely going to share some more on my Instagram page. So you can always come back here. This is where it was said first, like 5 years from now, when our success story is like the shiznit. You can always come back here and remember. This is where she shared it first.
Orange, green, stop, go, stop, go, 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 go.
You have to sing everything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
1, 2. Where's the highlight key?
I'll play hide and seek in a few minutes. Okay?
5.
All right, Vance? Okay. Pinch it.
No.
Okay. Do it in the mirror over there. Look, do it in the mirror over there. Make your funny faces over there. Thank you, everybody. Karen, thank you. Joan, Colette. Oh, I really appreciate that, Karen. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, guys. That will do it. And I'm going to take up too much more your Monday night. But it was a pleasure being able to share with you. Thank you for taking the time to connect with me here and share the news. Share the news. Remember that we have the link pinned here. But if for any reason, you don't come back to check the chat or the messages around this video, it's the successfarm.com/shop, SHOP. It's going to be in the link in my bio on Instagram, the link in our bio at My Success Farm, also on Instagram. And that link goes all the way to Facebook as well. And as I said, we're going to be doing lots of promo around that in the weeks ahead. But still sitting with it and just enjoying what this moment has to offer, the opportunities, the doors that will open, and standing always in the courage and the belief in self that you're not too small, you're not too young, you're not too live somewhere else, which is not America, Canada, and the UK. None of that is sufficient to lock you out of your opportunities. And I shared in a video once that when your destiny is calling you, no matter what them I try to plug out the phone, no matter what them think them answer the phone and send the destiny to our next location, when your destiny is looking for you, it's gonna find you. So continue doing the thing that aligns purposefully. The thing that aligns purposefully. If you can't identify the purpose, if you can't tell why, if there's no passion, no burning zeal or zest for you to do it, don't ignore what purpose is calling you to do.
Mommy, I want the pee-pee.
Sure, you can go all the way up to your potty, okay? You can go. Oh, that's on YouTube forever. Mm-hmm. Go, run up to your potty. Quickly, I'll come and help you soon, okay? Go. See how you can make it. You're gonna stay there until you don't make it? No, hold on to the staircase and go. I'm gonna come and help you now. All right, guys. He said she can't go up the stairs when she want to go for her tablet. She can't go up the stairs when I time to go to the party. I have to carry her. I know she's playing with her shadow. She not have nothing that hurts her ear. All right. Take care, everybody. Lots of love and blessings to you.